Hey everybody, this is V. I just want to come on and let you know that I made it home. It is Thursday, December 30th, and the surgery went pretty well. I am pretty sleepy, and I'm going to be taking a nap here pretty soon. I want to let you know also that I had a hernia repaired as well with the surgery that I guess they learned about when they opened. Yep, because it was a little small. The nursing staff was phenomenal, and so was my doctor. When I got to the hospital, everything happened on time. I was supposed to be or to report at 6 o'clock, and the surgery was scheduled for 7:30. But I got there on time, and when 7:30 rolled around, the nurses had already given me some sleeping medicine, and by the time they took me out of the pre-op room and rolled me into the operation room for the actual surgery, I think I was already knocked out. They gave me some, or actually, I told my friends to find out what was going on if I was not out by 8:30. And when I woke up, I was actually blinded by one of these ladies' larger than size engagement rings. It was totally larger than life. And all I heard was, Miss Morgan, how are you, dear? And it took a little longer for the surgery to take place. Don't worry, we had to repair a hernia. Um, and then I look up, see her ring, look over, looking around to see where exactly I was because I couldn't really remember. And I finally saw a clock on the wall, and the clock said 9:30. So I was like, "What you mean we're done? It's 9:30. Why is that?" Okay, so um, I just didn't even know what to think at that point when she explained about the hernia again. I mean, I was extremely loopy when coming off of the medicine. They showed me pictures of the band while I was also in the recovery area, and I stayed there just talking to the ladies, just as loopy as I could be, talking about her engagement. I was asking, well, how did you propose? I think by the time I left out of the hospital, I knew all the ladies' business. Um, just pretty funny because I was totally buzzed. Um, and her ring was huge. It turns out that her one of the other nurses in her station introduced her or set her up on a blind date with this jeweler. And what a good catch! She proposed to her and gave this beautiful, beautiful ring. Um, Once my room was ready, I was still, of course, still just totally out of it. But I was happily greeted by three beautiful women. They had three friends. I was also scared to tell anyone about everything, but I'm glad I shared it with them because they were all there waiting for me. And then one of them said, "V, are you high?" And of course I laughed and said, "Yeah, I am pretty high." We just laughed and laughed, and of course I'm trying not to laugh too hard because one, I was pretty high at the time, and also she um, make me laugh a little too hard, and my stomach was still hurting. Um, Once my room, well, actually, I want to share some of the gross details with you. Once the pain, well, let's talk about the pain in my chest. Um, and it's pretty much just like everyone else has described it. You feel it right across your chest and in your left shoulder. I was also a bit nauseous. My brother actually arrived in town at about 4:30. He actually drove 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours to come and be there with me, and I more than appreciate that. But he was obviously speeding because that's a really long ride, and hopefully he won't be speeding on the way back. Don't want him to get a ticket from that. But anyway, he made me pretty happy. I was extremely happy to see him. Yet another familiar face in the room. Anyway, back to more of the gross details. I tried going to the bathroom, but I felt pretty weighted down. It felt like I had weights on all of my arms. When I finally made it to the restroom, I sat on the toilet. Of course, I had to do all this assisted one of the nurses, and they ask that when you actually urinate, that you do so in a pan so they can measure it. Um, and I sat there and I tried. Um, they didn't have to worry about measuring things when I got up. I got up, washed my hands, and then came back out to go back to my bed. Um, and I continued to do the same trip over and over until around 8 o'clock that night. Now, mind you, I started trying to go around 2:30, 3:30 that afternoon when I first felt the urge to go. But I didn't urinate until about 8 o'clock that night. Um, I was Each time I stood up, I was pretty dizzy, um, along with the nausea and the dizziness. But throughout the night, it did get a lot better. The nurse gave me medicine for the nausea. The pain was still just in my chest and left shoulder, but it was beginning to subside actually at that point. I never did vomit, um, but I continued to feel nauseous. So the nurse finally gave me a suppository later on that night. So I guess maybe around 9 o'clock or so, she gave me a suppository, and I think this must have worked out for me because the nausea went away. She said that I would feel it on the other end, but I never did feel like it was going to come on the other end. So I didn't have a bowel movement either, and I still have not had a bowel movement. Today I'm not in too much pain. It's left out of my chest, and it's now more so in my abdominal area, the cavity. Um, and I feel the pain near the actual port and near the band more than anywhere else. The incisions are not that bad. I have 6 incisions. Um, 5 really small ones, and then one long one. It's only about an inch and a half long, going across my stomach, which is where the actual port is. Um, so again, the pain left my chest area, and just I guess it's just gradually leaving out of my body. I was able to get up and walk around the room. Pretty much last night, just walked from my bed to the actual bathroom, which I did that quite a few times last night. I was hooked up to quite a few machines that they had the IV running through my arms, and I also had to put my feet in another little set. It punches you. It keeps tapping your feet to relieve or decrease the amount of blood clots that you may develop after the procedure. So this is something new they use instead of the long socks. So I didn't have any long socks on. I just had the little foot pump to kind of help relieve the pressure. Now I'll try to find out the name of this pump. I really don't know what it's called. So let's talk about my hunger. I'm not hungry, but if someone put some food in my face, I probably want to eat them because of the smell. Um, yeah, so that's a good thing. That I'm not hungry. And I think after 14 days, who can eat anyway? After the surgery, you're allowed to eat the ice chips, so I did do the ice chips. Outside of hunger, I was extremely thirsty. Now, I will say I was very, very thirsty, and my mouth was totally dry. So the ice chips really helped out a lot, decreased a lot of the hunger pains that I was feeling. On today, the day after the surgery, still couldn't eat anything because I had to go and complete the upper GI testing. Um, but I was still able to eat the ice chips until then. My nurse finally came in and gave me a little menu of food, and I'm like, well, for what? What's the point of the menu? Nothing was on it. It was like 4 ounces of yogurt, no, 2 ounces of yogurt, 2 ounces of some chicken broth soup. What else came with it? A popsicle, had a little tiny sugar-free popsicle, some milk, and some cream of wheat. And she gave me Splenda and salt to, fix everything up the way that I wanted. I think maybe the best thing that was on the plate was the broth because it was good to have something warm to go down. I had never had cream of wheat before, and of course my brother teased me about that. He said, "You used to eat cream of wheat all the time." No, I don't remember eating cream of wheat. Okay, I don't remember that. But anyway, it was good. It tastes like grits a little bit. Anyway, um, last night, well, everyone left the room around 6 o'clock, so I was getting a bit lonely and ready to go home, to hang out and be with everybody. I like talking. There wasn't anybody to talk to. I think I talked to nurses out of death, so they stopped coming by my room, which is fine. I think that they told me all their business, so um, they probably just didn't want to face me anymore after I learned all their life history. Um, this morning, I was still hooked up to the IV, and when my nurse finally arrived this morning to speak to me, I was really glad she did because I had to go to the restroom, but I didn't know how to unhook the my feet from the machines. Otherwise, I would have just gotten up and gone alone. Um, because I was feeling pretty good. I felt like walking around and doing everything except for a cartwheel. So that was pretty good, I thought. They wheeled me in for my upper GI testing after that, and um, everything just went pretty well. I walked around the room a bit more, walked around the ward or the wing that I was on. And I was finally discharged about 12:30 this afternoon, and I made it home after stopping to the pharmacy to pick up my meds, some pain relief. But bad part, when I get home, I gained 10 pounds. I gained 10 pounds in like 2 days, and I think it's probably, I'm hoping it's just from all the IV fluids and stuff. I have to read about that and find out why exactly gained weight after the procedure. But again, I am still swollen in my abdomen, and whatever, it's okay. In the meantime, I'll try to keep you guys posted on my progress and um, go from there. Oh yeah, one other thing, it's like level of pain on a comparing it to having a C-section. This is a lot better than a C-section. C-section is hurts, okay, hurts like mad. I wasn't up walking around and giggling, hee-heeing, and haw-hawing and talking to this person, that, but no. I just want the drugs, keep the drugs, and keep them coming. Keep the drugs coming, because yeah, yeah, it was pretty bad with the C-section. This was pretty easy. So if you're gonna have the lap band done, um, find out about it as much as you can and read up on everything. When they say minimally invasive, that is true. And I don't know if I'm ready to show you any scars yet, but maybe. Anywho, hope you're all good, and I'll talk to you later. If I don't talk before New Year, have a happy New Year. Bye bye.